What do you do if everything you worked for has turned out to be complete shit? Years ago, I really wanted to work for Fang and basically grinded my ass off for it and got there. But now, having worked there and basically wanted to KMS every day working there, I can say for sure everything I worked for was for naught. Where do I go from here? Honestly, not sure if I even want to go back into tech. Okay, how long can you live on your current savings? 2 to 3 years. Basically, my entire worldview has been flipped. To be fair, you gained money and experience out of it. You've got two pretty valuable things out of it, right? I always thought that having a prestigious job equals happy life. No, he doesn't need to try meth. Probably a bad idea. Have you tried or had any interest in travel? A change in scenery can spark mental changes. Maybe, but my friends are generally busy and I'm honestly not sure what I'd do if I traveled. Solo travel, backpackers hostels. I do this all the time, right? I just go by myself and you get to be with just a bunch of random people. They're really friendly people and they'll like show you around the city and stuff like that. And y'all can do stuff together. You can even like go off the beaten path and go travel with them elsewhere. Oh, you can do climbing trips, things like that. You're into rock climbing? Action plan. Evaluate alternative lifestyles. Do you spend a lot of time on Team Blind? It's probably the community bubble that most reflects this nonsense right here. Prestigious job equals happy life. Because they're always talking about how much TC they get. You can go to this company or that company, or like as if that's the entire world. To find where to travel, take the little yellow man in Google Maps and plop him on roads in various countries. See which country you like wandering around the most. Bet you didn't think of that one, right? Because Google cars have been like everywhere. Yeah, come to the UK, I'll take you to an Arsenal game. Oh yeah, I mean, like, even if you're not into football, let me tell you what. I'm not into football at all, man, but when in Argentina, I went to a Boca Juniors game. I don't know what the fuck they were cheering for, but we scored a goal and then the whole place was just rocking, man. Sometimes being around people who are excited about life for whatever the fuck reason can sometimes do something to you. Yeah. I could be happy and excited during a moment. I'm not depressed, but when we come back, it just comes back. That's why you have a bunch of fun moments lined up together, mixed in with being really tired and not having to think about things. Real question though, is life really just working until we can't work anymore? Vacation is just breaks from work? No, unless you have fulfillment from the job. So if you don't have fulfillment for the job, you're just doing it for a paycheck. And if you're doing it for a paycheck, you take the paycheck, you invest it until you've hit your quote number, and then you do other stuff with your life. Even with a good salary, you won't really fire until like late 40s, 50s, and by then you're old. Even then, like, what do you do in your 40s and 50s then? You retire, and then what do you do, right? You got to find some measure of fulfillment outside of work. Travel's one way to kind of shake up your brain chemistry. It's just sad that we waste our best years working 60-hour weeks. Then when we have money, our body is bad and broken. Who told you you had to live like this? I don't know. It seems like the world tells you. One thing I will add to your action plan, be mindful of what the world is telling you to do with your life. Take every bit of information and evaluate who said it and what their incentive for saying it is. There's a lot of self-interest at work. People are telling you, keep working until you retire so that they can keep you in line. They can keep you working on the assembly line. They're telling you this is the only way it is, deal with it. All of these messages are around there to keep you in line. But you're not really happy with it. Form your own value system. Build your own life, you know? It's like maybe a retired athlete, right? They wanted to work toward this goal, getting a big contract or winning the championship or whatever. And for whatever reason, they feel like they don't want that thing anymore. What do? You have to look around for a different purpose then, because a purposeless human is a very dangerous one indeed, especially if you have money. You can spend it on the dumbest stuff, the dumbest probably being drugs. Don't self-medicate with alcohol or drugs, okay? Tell you what, a bunch of these other previous life helps were actually people doing this from an existential crisis. I know you're not there yet, but you might be tempted to do this. Do not do that. I tried therapy. Didn't help. Right now, I'm like working out twice a day. I'm generally a happy and cheerful person, but man, Meta broke me pretty bad, not gonna lie. Do you ever go, for all of your like Hinge matches and stuff like that, do you ever go on dates in really interesting locations? Yeah, there's an exclamation point there. I'm gonna work with that because I think that's the first exclamation point I've seen out of you. I got on a lot of cool dates. I actually know about a lot of cool places. When you're on that Hinge date, be 100% vulnerable about who you are. I want you to be 100% honest, even though you might feel like it's the wrong thing to do. You have to appear macho, manly, like the perfect guy or whatever. I want you to do that for this Hinge date. A girl recently ended things with me because I didn't have a job. Who cares? You've got like, I saw the number of notifications you've got, dude. You can just discard that one and go to the next. I don't know what you're hung up about. But Steven, I really want you to do this, okay? Just as an exercise in being honest with yourself and being honest with other people. Because I feel like that's probably a skill you don't practice a lot, and it will free up your mind in a way, okay, where you're not worried about being judged. You have a date tomorrow, and I'll be completely honest. And you know, like when planning dates, like a lot of y'all do stupid things. Like y'all set up dates in locations with no intimacy and expect to form a connection. Like, okay, like just go to a coffee shop and talk or something. That's some bullshit, dude. No, it's not. No. Steven, don't blame modern dating. Blame yourself for not being creative enough to come up with good ideas. It's up to you to come up with good ideas of places to go, right? Park dates, hiking dates. Okay, so when you go on one of those, does it feel like a nice environment to talk to people, or does it kind of suck? Because you need to be excited to be there, kind of thing. Yeah, best date I ever went to was a long drive to a stargazing lookout point. When you're on the Hinge date at a place you're excited to be, you want to be 100% vulnerable. Do that. Try that. Experiment with that. You might not get the result you want. She might just blow you off. She might not be in tune with her feelings, right? But if you're super lucky, you can find somebody who is understanding of you, and you will form a connection probably deeper than any other you've had in your life. You see what I mean? Little bit of a gamble with huge upside. You don't have to feel insecure about your job. I mean, you just say you left Meta and you're just exploring things. And if they're not okay with it, get rid of them. Who cares? Yeah, you got to get over like your job insecurity, right? How to get over the mental block of not having a job. You need to understand for yourself that job is not self-worth. You have a need for people to like you, it's a problem. There's like insecurity about your self-worth and stuff like that, right? And so up to now, you felt like, you have a good job. I'm a meta engineer. And then when you say you're a meta engineer, people are like, yeah, wow, he's a really cool person, right? Because of that, right? That's not how the world works at all. Go out there and experience new stuff as if you were a newborn baby into the world. That's the best way I can put it. Because you have to have an almost childlike curiosity about what's out there. And if you feel like your life is boring, nothing turns you on, I completely assure you that there is something out there. There are whole worlds of people and experiences out there that can shake things up in you and make you feel alive again. Lovely wording that hits it right on the spot. I'm glad I could help. It's hard to take action, especially my inaction to travel. Have you tried the notepad technique? Or the tally mark technique? Number of hours researching places to travel. And then I would put like a tally mark. If you spent 2 hours, put down 2 tally marks. And then post this up like somewhere in a prominent place. So like you can have some sort of positive reinforcement, like, okay, I know I need to do this. This can help you like positively reinforce for that. I like this technique. I've got like my own like little tally marks in front of me. So this is probably the best way I know for myself to get out of a period of inaction on a particular topic. Oh, yeah, no, I think your friends are unreliable, Steven. I don't think you can rely on them for this. This is something I think you need to do on your own. And it's better if you do it on your own so you're not dependent on anyone. Once you're done with this, you will come to the understanding that you can design your own life in any way you choose. And there's a tremendous amount of strength in that you don't know about until you go through that process. Very helpful? All right, cool. Best of luck, man. And I'll see you on the next stream, yeah?